Alright, how's it going, everyone? Black Mamba 44 coming back at you with some more Tyranny. So we are now going to be traveling to the Oldwalls breach. So what's the purpose of this? We are still trying to get deep in that breach so we can also go to the Spire. We also have an encounter in the Blade Grave, so you crest a rise in the road, revealing an expansive vista before you. The winds of Kairos' edict of storms howl through the Blade Grave, driving clouds of rust and grit through ravines gouged by the maelstrom. The arcane storm has twisted, corroded iron and bronze into jagged formations that arc high above the land. In the distance, you espy through the tempest a barbed silhouette, unmoving against the horizon. It towers aside a shallow gully, offering a momentary respite from the gale. Let's approach it. By some combination of erosion, and accretion, the structure is significantly narrower at its base than its apex, expanding upward like the bloom of an enormous alloyed tulip. As you approach, you catch sight of the bent remains of several banner poles, one of which even bears the tattered remnants of a standard, little more than a few dozen wispy threads whipping in the wind. Examine the formation. You hold a hand against the wind to get a better look at the formation. The arcane edifice rises above you, an overhanging plain of shared detritus broken by the rare glimpse of bone or dried flesh. Desiccated strands of human organs dangle darkly, snapping in the wind like bullwhips. Empty eye sockets peer down at you from shadowed helms. Some of the metal looks salvageable. Alternatively, you could try ascending the tower by its jutting thorns. Let's climb the tower. Tightly gripping the curved spines above you, you raise your feet and find some purchase with your boots. As you pull yourself up, your back and forearms ache. What a fucking weakling. Time dilates as you pull yourself higher, one hand over the other, and it feels like hours pass before you find an alcove deep enough to offer some respite. You climb into it, breathing heavily, and are surprised to find a large fissure among the rusted stalactites. You lower yourself into it and find yourself in a small, dim room, illuminated only by the threads of daylight peeking in through the windswept metal spines. Smooth stones compose the floor, and the splintered remnants of wooden posts bear up the five corners. Sizable square opening, framed with worn wood and bearing a pair of broken hinges, sunk into the floor near the fly wall, descending into deeper darkness. So let's go into the dark. You drop a torch into the hole, and when nothing hostile responds, gingerly lower yourself through the door. Your feet find purchase on a ladder of holds cut into the stone, allowing you to climb easily down. After retrieving the torch, you discover yourself with a quiet pentagonal room sheltered from the edict raging outside. Judging from the shuttered arrow slots, the rack of verdigris-coated weaponry, and the empty armor stands, this was once a watch post of old stalwart. The sense of decay and old feces permeate the air. Search the ruin. So this must be what it smells like to be barrack. For the most part, the room is disappointingly barren. The table stands against one wall with some simple dust-coated dishes. Clothes are piled under some moth-eaten hammocks. As you pass your torch over one corner, find the jumbled remains of a watchman. The broken bones and disarray of the skeletons suggest a violent demise, as do the human-sized teeth marks. Finally, you see a corpse in the corner furthest from the entrance, its leathery skin largely intact, save for the gaping wound in its abdomen from which long-dried organs spilled and congealed into a single mass. Body is folded over an old war axe. You brush the dust from the handle and find the wood intricately worked in the ocean iconography so common to the Tears. Taking the weapon's haft in both hands, you pull it from the dead man's abdomen. You're rewarded with an iron-headed axe of unusual quality. The preternaturally sharp blade reflects, or perhaps glows with, a faint green light. Prize in hand, you leave the tower and continue towards your destination. So we got Entropy's Rend. Alright, scurrying, eroding. Okay, continue. Interesting. Alright. So, looks like we might get our third tower. You know what I'm saying, boys? And girls? Girls. Okay, let's unlock this, right? Alright, take it all. Take it all, let God sort it out. Alright, take a merchant tunic as well. Regos. At attention! You if I could whistle, I'd whistle. So he says, Chorus Rat, you won't be conscripting this group into the Voices gang. So, yeah, I'm the one who saved Elia from Ash's Brood and Rust Canyon. Then ask Ant for something. He did tell me that one of Kairos' minions interceded on her behalf. That was you. Just because you posture to seem like an ally doesn't mean we share a common cause. I already know the Chorus ways. You're softening us up for conscription, and as soon as we drop our guard, you'll hold a blade to our necks. Alright, so... if I help the Unbroken already, what makes you think I won't help you? Just because you're an opportunist doesn't also mean you're a savior. I know what you're trying to accomplish here. No doubt the voices of Narad whispers his manipulations to you daily. As you can see, our fighting force is holding together just fine. We're gathering our strength for another foray into the Oldwalls. We don't need help from a Chorus Rat. So what are you really trying to accomplish here that I couldn't help in some way? Are you that dense? Where do I even begin? In no particular order, liberate the country from Kairos, dispel the Edict of Storms, kill the last regent, force the last of Ash and Narad's forces as far from our borders as possible, then put the rest to the sword. And while we're playing this little game, I'll add killing Kairos to the list. How's that sound? I've heard worse. Let me try a different approach. By all means, humor me. That cold breeze gusting from the Oldwalls is getting to my bones, and I could use the warmth of a good laugh. So we can lie. What if I told you I just want to end the Edict of Storms? I wouldn't believe that for a moment. The Edict is an enormous tactical disadvantage for the disfavored. Voices of Narad isn't such a fool that he'd give Ash a moment of respite. Okay. So this guy's just being a fucking cunt muncher, huh? How about we just part ways, pretend that we never crossed paths? Counteroffer, how about you send you back to Cacophony in pieces? Does that work for you? Attack position, stand your ground. Well, looks like we're gonna fucking kill the rest of you, huh? Good choice you made, fucking tard.
Send me your
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
On it. This weapon is entirely worthless.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth. Got you now.
This weapon is entirely...
Yeah, that's what you get, Gregos, you fucking tard.
Take that.
Blood spills.
I got it.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
On it.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
On it. This weapon is...
I'll omit that from the record.
This weapon is entirely
Wow, look
worthless.
at you Unbroken. You guys are so tough.
got it.
Good idea to side against me, huh?
Smash to pieces.
Fucking dumbasses. So, Hieronymus, am I next? I was not trying to eavesdrop on your scuffle, but now that I've witnessed it, duty obliges that I record it. Come and silence the record if you must, but I warn you, the sages have long written memories. I already know that as the quencher of flames and stamper of embers, though I take it, the burning library was only one chapter of your legacy. Incidentally, how is the old citadel? I don't mind that. Name is Linux. Be sure to include that detail several times. Oh, yes, you can be sure that I will account for as much as I can get down. But do make note that I did not start the fight, I merely ended it. Noted. And how may this humble servant of letters be of assistance? I understand that we both seek items within yonder Oldwalls. Or what are sages doing with the Unbroken? Let us say that we are sympathetic to each other's causes. It also helps that we're both interested in the arcana of yesteryear. The Regent artifacts are supposed to be fascinating specimens, and no sage would, in good conscience, refuse an opportunity for study. Tell me about yourself. I am Hieronymus, journeyman of the school of Ink and Quill. I scribed under Gaver's crane, and 17 tomes are bound by my hand. All other details are just vanity. I am more accustomed to studying others than extolling my own facts. Looking for the steadfast insignia. Tell me what you know. Artifacts are a fascinating business, are they not? And Stalwart's decorated military history yielded so much intrigue around them. Steadfast insignia was prominently displayed in every unbroken battle where Regent Asmussen fought. Over the years, it became something of a rallying marker, and its presence alone accounted for many notable victories. It lies within, but no good discoveries without its pitfalls. The Unbroken and I were attempting to recover a few relics of interest from the Oldwalls, but a swarm of scourges put a halt to that plan. You do see those from time to time. Those risks from time to time. When I was trained at the library, a senior scribe told me to clear the rats out of the cellar. Some of them accursed things had knotted up their tails, and let's just say what happened here was almost as bad. We recovered a torch key during our ill-fated first attempt to breach the Oldwalls. I've seen fashioned stones like it before, but what we don't know about them would fill a library. Unfortunately, when we were attacked, we got separated from Gregos' men. One of the soldiers still has the torch key. His corpse does, to be exact. So, where's the body? Just southeast of the breach. Take care. Those beasts may still be on the hunt. What does this torch key do? It appears to be part of a lock and key system within the Oldwalls. If only we could replicate such crafts on as grand a scale as the builders of this place. In any event, you'll need the torch key if you want to scour the ruins below. What are the next steps? Once you get the torch key, you'll be able to venture past the first chamber. Of course, given our aborted efforts, you can understand why I'd be hesitant to re-enter the Oldwalls. My scribe, Javala, didn't survive the trip. The poor girl. I don't mean to pry, but I hope that the Silent Archive has granted you the wisdom to navigate the Oldwalls with care. Such places are riddled with traps and pitfalls that can best even the most seasoned adventurer. I'll answer any questions you have, though you're apt to tell me more of interest than the other way around, I'm sure. So, what are you seeking in the Oldwalls? My research suggests that within these nearby Oldwalls are a set of stones carved with ancient script. For lack of a better term, I call them stones of elucidation. I know this sketch doesn't capture the wonder, and frankly, we don't really know what they do. We have found spears of identical size, but differing glyphs in over a dozen disparate regions of the Oldwalls. As we find more of the stones, we can compare commonalities and sigils. With a large enough collection to study, we hope to crack the language of the Oldwalls. Who can guess what we might learn then? It's been a slow process. Constructing dead languages without living witnesses is singularly frustrating. It's a tall request, but I doubt Tunin selects fools for fate binders. I could use someone with your mettle to brave the Oldwalls. So, what's in it for me? For you? A fair mention in the Chronicles is reward enough. That's it? I thought you were going to shake me down for my last copper ring. Now, make it a point to modify the record, but help me out, and I'll aggrandize your role in my telling of the deeds. I'll consider your request. That's all I can expect. So what of the steadfast insignia? It's just a simple trinket to the untrained eye, but every first regent since before the Unbroken earned that name wore the badge into battle. Stalwart folks are ever famous for standing their ground, and the steadfast insignia embodies their immovable nature. The wearer can resist any charge, push, or shove. The layers of rust let you judge the age of footprints here in the Blade Grave, and these tracks heading to the Oldwalls date back to the opening days of Kairos' storm. What else can you read in rust patterns? My working hypothesis is that the only person with her feet on the ground during the peak of the storm would be the bearer of the steadfast insignia. But I suppose we won't know for certain until we look. What can you tell me of the Oldwalls? I can speak volumes, Honorable Fatebinder, but I will summarize. The Oldwalls predated settlements of the Tiers. The passageways crisscross the landscape, but most good folks steer clear. Kairos' law forbids entry, which hasn't always been a problem for us, but even we saw the good sense to stay out. The explorers have found old artwork, funerary remains, and other relics of a civilization predating our own. But most find a quick death in the Oldwalls, as current inhabitants are inhuman predators, creatures of arcane power that appear to travel in the mists. So, what should I expect inside? The worst? The Oldwalls are filled with arcane beasts that attack erratically, and with little warning. My colleagues can only speculate on what they are or what possible sustenance, if any, they find the Oldwalls. That said, if you see one, it'd be unwise to approach it and ask clarifying questions. Can you deliver a message for me? Not currently. My Sender Dove is carrying another missive at the moment. When she's returned, there may be room in her bindle for a note or two. That's all, farewell. So, we can probably do it afterwards. Alright, let's take your shit. You got some boots. You got some stuff in a sword. You hid some stuff in your beanbag chair. I'm just kidding, that's sleeping bag.
Won't happen. Won't happen.
Why can't you walk over there?
No can do.
It's just a couple rocks. It's just a few rocks. That's it. A massive stone door towers above you. It looks like this was the actual entrance to the Oldwalls. This door. No way we're getting through there, but he said to the southeast. Oh, what's this? Tines of bedrock dot the landscape. Okay, providing a little bit of shelter. Looks like here's a dead body.
I'd say that's worth a
they just have some boots.
second glance.
This has a Bane Touch staff. And that's superior. It has 11 crush. It's plus 0.5 seconds. And it's Gravelet. And weapon crit. We drain health. Okay, that's not too bad. It has more damage per second and minus 1.75 seconds for recovery. Maybe. Maybe. What's this? Just face wrap.
Won't happen.
Okay.
No can do.
I think the Bane are over here. Okay, there they are. Quick save, like always. Okay. Alright, that's gonna be a little bit tricky.
Not happening.
Let's try to get this wisp. I didn't say that. Not say to do that, verse. Don't know. Damn, verse is fucking dead.
Got dark all of a sudden.
On it.
Attacking it. It's almost down.
I'll tear your
Just one more
skeleton out by
pass.
your ass.
Alright, cool. We took it down. Now, he has a shield.
Let's be off.
He has the torch key. Sanguinton stone fits neatly into your hand. Take it all. Alright, so we have the torch key, and now we have to go inside the
Brace
Oldwalls.
yourself. We are beset by predators. Trouble is afoot.
Alright, so quick save here. Of course.
That's how it's fucking done.
And we made it to level 10.
Admit that from the record.
Fall before me!
Nice. Damn. Killed a lot of them. Let's level Lantry up really fast, so he needs some more health. Of course. Go on here. We can keep giving him some more preservation. Gift of Moments. Lantry skips forward, banishing from combat and healing. Upon his return, he releases a wave of energy that reduces recovering of nearby allies. Yeah, that sounds pretty badass, to be honest. So we'll take that. And, oh no, is level 10 it? Nope. Still leveling up, so... light emanates from this massive passageway into the Oldwalls. It's calming and imposing. Alright, so let's go into the Oldwalls. The Oldwalls are... I'm not going to say super difficult, but they are... fairly difficult. So already there's some enemies.
More on their way. I'm not afraid. Are you?
Alright, so let's go here. Ah, god damn it.
I'm not here to make threats.
Alright, so we can take wisps. It's the Scourge that are fucking bastards.
That one hurt me hard.
Alright.
Another scar?
Alright, come on, Linux.
Fall before me.
Alright, almost there. Almost there. One last. Nice. There it goes.
Let them think
That
they
guy.
can hit me. Another
Took
scar?
care of that wisp.
Fine.
We don't. I mean, the first goes down, then it happens.
Dark all of a sudden.
I got it.
You're not done yet.
Take
Not
care
if
of
I
the wisp.
See you
Make sure
there.
to heal Verse as much as we can.
Scholars hypothesize
Dent.
the Scourge born of magic. The Oldwalls is their crash.
Okay. So what's this? It has cloth bracers.
No reason to tarry.
This body also had some boots. It's unclear if this Bane snare was destroyed by the Unbroken trying to get in or the Bane attempting to escape. So that's what these are. These are quote-unquote Bane snares, so they'll hold on to Bane. The crystal and the beacon shimmer softly as you bring the torch key closer to it. So we click. Now we can put the Garn torch key on.
Ah, another symbol. You touch it, I'll stand back and take notes.
Alright. Okay.
Let's have it then.
Up. Alright, so let's not be stupid about this. Let's attack this how
You
we've been
got it.
attacking everything, right? So we go out.
You got
shoot
it.
At the Scourge, run back, run back, run back,
Let's be off.
run back, attack
I'll do it
this
for the
guy.
north.
Bleed out, you little shit.
Right. I got it.
Nice. And there we go. Alright, so we took out those guys.
It's not the most ideal shelter, but the Oldwalls should give us a reprieve from the storm.
And Lantry's not wrong.
Another battle? I'm starting to think we're bad at making friends.
I'll tear your skeleton out by your ass.
Magic staff -1. You missed! You don't miss like some of these enemies do. These enemies are supposed to be like tough.
I'll tear you. Oh, got
Why am I?
dark all
How
of
is
a
Verse
sudden.
down? They're not even tough enemies. No, Verse can't handle it. Alright, so there's something here. Interesting rune. Okay, so we can take a charcoal rubbing, 60 lore. A blurry but proportioned image. With enough imprints, we might be able to get the original shape of the rune. So that's for the spire. Alright, there's nothing we can do here.
Spotted something.
Oh god. Let's turn it off. Alright, now remember I said this earlier. Bane traps. Beneath the faintly glowing surface of this object. So let's see.
What an unusually large specimen. It's eerily stationary. Let's hope it's trapped, not merely dormant.
Alright, so Lantry says, see the armor on that corpse? That's gotta be the first region. She certainly picked an inconvenient place to perish. We'll need to raise that platform if we're going to sift through her trappings. And that's Sister Javala. A moment, please. She died young trying to prove her worth to the sages. This must be noted. What is this thing? It's an arcane barrier, but what it prohibits and why is unclear. At first, I thought it was the home or nest of that amorphous creature inside, but if this were a sanctuary, why didn't the horror come out and say hello? It might just be waiting for us to turn our backs. Knowing our luck, this is a prison to keep us safe from it, but if we want to grab that relic, we're gonna have to get up close to that thing and find out for us, for ourselves. Are you sure that's the Unbroken leader? Until we've disproved the notion of elaborate mirage, I can't say I'm certain, but that corpse is wearing the First Regent's custom panoply, so it's either the First Regent or the thief that robbed her body. For our purposes, the difference is irrelevant. The relic we seek is likely to be amongst that pile of bronze. Let's find a way across. Very well. We should examine everything here and see if we can decipher how the platform works, specifically how to raise it. He looks at Javala's body. Perhaps we should start there. She made it this far, after all. Alright, quick save again. So now we have to raise this platform. So let's open this. Humming Keystone. A scuffed but legible glyph has been scratched in this old weathered shard. They're not uncommon in the Oldwalls and often fit as keystones into larger structures. This stone vibrates gently when struck, producing an unpleasant hum. And these are Sage's gloves, so there's less precision. So, we got a keystone. A small recessed panel in the stone. It looks like someone was meant to be put in this place. So let's put in the humming keystone.
That rock actually turned out to be useful.
Did you sense that? The magic barrier lost some of its hum when you inserted that keystone. Don't say I didn't warn you. So we need to reach that body. Oh, I'm not arguing for turning back now. I just felt the need to burn you with a reminder that our lives are in your hands.
I'd have it no other way.
So we don't have anything for that. But let's see. Crystal in this beacon is not responding to the torch keys from these Oldwalls. Where's the enemy? Okay. So it's saying that there's like 2 of them up there somewhere. So. Oh, no, we can't. We can't go up there. I'm probably just blind. This is how it generally... This is what happened last time I was here too, damn it. Oh, I couldn't figure out what to do. Oh, there's the enemy. One of these paths has to lead up. Yep, and there it is. Hit this. There we go. Alright, so let's go up. Up, up, up we go. Alright, there's another trap.
Spotted something.
Let's deactivate it. Quick save again. So we hit this button. This door closes, this one opens. Alright, looks like there's a malice. Alright, first do your thing.
I'm
hit
on
it
it.
with fire.
Trouble is afoot.
We missed. You missed. Take care
Will
of the
do.
scourge.
Got dark all of a sudden.
Alright, so that guy's dead.
A new dent.
Alright, this scourge is almost dead too, and there it goes. This is barely injured. So let's try
Don't go
to
rushing off to get yourself ready. Why do I bother?
Alright, so let's heal Verse up some more. She has 4 wounds. That's not so good.
Bleed out, you little
Alright, so we
shit.
got the malice. Let's approach it some more. Try to take it down.
Someone stitch
There
me
it
up.
goes. It's starting to get fucked up. Verse fell
My
down
armor
again.
is dented. Let me repair it.
Damn. We were all taking damage from something. The fuck? Alright, so Verse gets up.
Let's be off.
Okay, everyone heal. Alright, so I want to see... we might be able to rest at some point. Looks like her max health is 103 right now. She
Let's be
has
off.
fallen a couple times, so let's take that. Let's go back to the torch stone, see what happens with the Garn torch key. Nothing. But let's touch this. And it opens this door over here. Looks like there's some traps right there.
Spotted something.
Yep. Okay, Versus got it. Go up here. Oh, we find the cold keystone. It looks like it has some natty ice. So we have Breach Between Worlds. Let's hit this button again. So we can go through here. Oh, look, that door stayed open.
Spotted something.
Alright, so I think a good idea is to
You
have
got
Verse
it.
come in. Verse, you can attack from afar.
To battle!
All of you can wait. All of you can wait for them to get that trigger trap.
Will
Don't say
do.
that too many times too fast, and I get a little bit confused.
There your
Alright,
skeleton
my
out by
character
your
back.
ass.
Okay, stay over here a little bit.
Right.
Let's try to keep taking out the
Seen an
scourge.
awful
Looks
lot
like
of
Verse is gonna go down.
Got dark all of a
Definitely
sudden.
have to heal her a little bit more. Let us do this.
It's a hit!
Alright, so we're about to kill that.
Fall before me!
And we did. Okay. The Verse has been getting really fucked up. I say we camp here, rest really fast. There's no harm in doing it. We got a missive from Fatebinder Myothis, subject of Spires, Archon Linux. Allow me to address you by such a title before it becomes fashionable to do so. I pride myself as a woman who stays ahead of the trends. When Kairos smites some, why Kairos smites some but allows others to exist is a question we all ponder. The Overlord can certainly appear arbitrary, and if I've learned anything, that's the point. Kairos is intentionally aloof and distant, both for matters of personal security and because if you had to wrangle the most powerful entities of Tiratus, you need to keep them from getting too comfortable. Tiratus, sorry. To me, the most obvious answer is that Kairos knows exactly what you are doing. She probably approves of your actions and is likely working at every opportunity to create a situation wherein you're acting in your own self-interest while satisfying her ambitions as well. You have to consider one important detail. There's nowhere left in Teratis to conquer now that the Tears are in the Overlord's grasp. What would the great generals even do in a time of peace? The voices of Nerat is barely tolerable when you have need of a spy master. Why keep around such a monster when you no longer have need of such a gruesome weapon? I would argue it is in Kairos' interest that the Tears be a costly invasion that claims the lives of as many Archons as possible. Not enough meat on the Tears to keep too many sharks salted very long. Kairos orders everyone to take Ascension Hall or die. The or die must have been an acceptable option, correct? If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say you have the unspoken backing of the Overlord. It's not like Blood and Mark can't find you whenever he wants. So let's ask about Blood and Mark's killings. Dear Myothis, your wisdom on the matter is greatly appreciated. You made mention of Blood and Mark and his killings. During my training, Fatebinder Callio hinted that much of Blood and Mark's work involves killing off threats before they blossom into genuine problems. So it's curious to hear you second that fact. So let's say for the sake of argument, I am some Archon. Is it just a matter of time until Blood and Mark is sent to kill me? Should I be making grand displays of loyalty to the court to assuage his suspicions? Linux. Send it. So it's in transit. Alright. So we took care of those guys. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to disarm this trap. And on that note, I say we quick save. And I will be back for a part 2 of the Oldwalls adventure. You know, I want to thank you guys for watching this. There's more to come. I really like learning more about the game Tyranny, especially from a different viewpoint that I didn't have before. You know, if you're liking the series, give me a thumbs up in the comments section. If you dislike it, give me a thumbs down. Give constructive criticism, good feedback, and everything like that. You know, don't just put in the comments like, oh, Black Mom 44, what a fucking nerd. I mean, you know, yeah, no shit. Like that. I'm playing this fucking video game. Yeah, I'm a nerd, dude. So, I mean, you know, keep some constructive criticism. If you're liking the series, subscribe. I'm going to be doing some more series as time goes on. So far, I just like focusing on this one. Because I really want to get it complete, more in a timely fashion. You know, for me, I don't really want to be posting everywhere that, oh guys, you should check out my Tyranny gameplay, and have everyone be like, holy shit, you know, that's pretty crappy, and just get rid of everything. I'd rather do it right now. So, that's just me, you know. Other than that, stay tuned. I'm gonna continue recording this. It shouldn't take that much longer to get done with the Oldwalls and done with Stalwart itself. You know, I just want to wish everyone a great day. And other than that, this is Black Mamba 44 out.